and welcome to the Donut Shop at the beginning of the world. I am your host, Dr. Mark Merriweather Vorderbruggen, coming to you live from Jeanette's backyard with a bird. Hey, it is Monday, the week begins. Let me just adjust this a little. There we go. So now we got a bird pecking at my head. Cool. Yeah, it's Monday after a long weekend of hard work. But got a lot done. That's good. That's good. And getting things ready for classes and all that, and presentations, and that little. What happens if I do this? Does that? Yeah. Doesn't matter. I don't know why. It looks like a bunch of bees here. Not that bees are a problem. It's just kind of weird. Actually, it looks like a lot of mosquitoes. So be it. I'm looking at you. All right, yeah, it's Monday, so another week. Here we are again. Yay! Did get some time watching some interesting videos, and maybe we'll talk about those later today, or maybe tonight at Monday Margarita meeting Merriweather Madness over at Tres Amigos. So be sure to check that out if you are one of my supporters. We can hang out there. In addition to the donut shop. So, yeah, this weekend, made some more sauerkraut, getting things ready for the classes I'm doing at the Houston Botanical Gardens. I need to put those up there. But, yeah, I got a bunch of classes coming up. So let me just throw this up here. Upcoming classes. Yay! In case anyone wants to actually get plant information in person. Upcoming foraging classes. There we go. All right. Hey, Mom and Dad are here. Good morning, Mom and Dad. How are you today? It's another kind of sticky day here in Texas. We need some rain. I think some rain would be good. It's been probably 4 days since we had rain. Of course, the rain we had the 4 days ago was pretty massive, as usual, but so be it. Hopefully nothing like Tennessee and those places. Was it Tennessee that had the horrible flooding these last few days? Coffee. So what else is going on for a Monday? Like I said, this Saturday I'll be speaking at Mensa, so I got that all ready. Get my slides set up. So those of you who use PowerPoint, they recently added a feature that helps. It has like an artificial intelligence that helps you come up with cool slide designs. And I gotta say, it's actually kind of neat. It only has like maybe a dozen different types of slide designs, and then it takes your picture and puts it into that design, and then gives you some places to put text and so forth. So it's really not so much an artificial intelligence as much as just pre-programmed ways of making the slides look better than having a box of picture and then text. And the secret to using it is put the pictures on the slide, then go over to Slide Designer and say, okay, show me some different ways to make these pictures look cooler on the slide. And then after it does its stuff, then you go in and add your text wherever. Because if you try and put the pictures and the text on the slide and then say, no, give me some ideas on how to do this, go, too much. So yeah, little tips to make your presentations cooler. Whew. Yeah, I was watching Instagram, also some videos and stuff, and realized I'm an anomaly on Instagram. Because it seems like most Instagram videos and reels and all this stuff is either to show cool dance moves or short humor vignette type things. Generally inappropriate humor. And then there's me and a few others that are actually trying to educate people. And yeah, guess who's popular? So be it. I'm not here to be popular, here to get the grain out of the way of the grinding stone. So what else do we got here? We got Mom and Dad, we got me. And I guess everyone's sleeping in today. So be it. What else we got going on? I said I was going to, and then someone left already. Oh, well. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. This is just you and me. So what else we got go? Hey, Donna. Good morning. Good morning, all. All is a very small number right here, right now, Donna. You make third. So my mom, my dad, you, and one other person who is remaining silent. I'm hoping it's like Julie Sylvia, but who knows? But yeah, I don't know where everyone is today. I don't know. Maybe people got sick of the donut shop. That could be. Or maybe it's the first day of school or something like that. Everyone's rushing around. They got the new normal, driving their kids back into school, something like that, perhaps. Don't know. I'm thinking that might be it, though. And it's like, for us, the school started last week. So I just need to move something here. And then, oh, good, Donna. I'm an introvert, so I like small groups. Well, yeah, here we are then. There's 4 or 5 of us. Oh, hey, good morning. Okay, now people are starting to show up. This is interesting. Hey, blessing Daily G. I'm wondering if the live view count is accurate or not. Oh, well, don't know. Okay, so for those of you who are here, question for you. How many have ever heard of Isaac Asimov's The 3 Laws of Robotics? Just wondering. It's kind of a sci-fi concept of how to control robots and intelligent artificial intelligences. Hey, Mom, Dad, how are you all doing? Donna wants to know. I want to know too. It's been a few days since we talked. Okay, Blessings Daily G, you are not familiar with the 3 Laws of Robotics? Like I said, the Isaac Asimov was a scientist, but also a science fiction writer. And he wrote a lot about robots and space exploration and different things like that. But his main stories was robots and the problems with robots. When you give something intelligence and potentially self-awareness and then try and get it to do stuff, it may not necessarily want to do what you want it to do. And so in his universe, because he kind of put them all in the same universe, even though they're a bunch of just separate short stories. Hey, Kimberlyn, good morning. Hey, Kelly. Wow, there's a whole bunch on YouTube. So there's 30 of you on YouTube. Okay, so maybe that's the thing. It's not showing. Maybe because right now it's just saying I have 5 viewers. So wow, maybe there's more to this than I thought. But anyway, hey, Kimberly. Yeah, 3 laws of robotics are the laws that are programmed into the robots so to keep them as docile servants. And the first law is a robot may not harm a human or through inaction allow a human to come to harm. Sounds good. Cool. Yeah, we don't want our robots, hurting us. Second one is what is the second one? Oh, a robot must obey the orders given to it by a human. It has to do what we say. And then thirdly, the robot has to try and preserve itself as much as possible, as long as the self-preservation does not interfere with the first or second laws of robotics. Hey, okay, so everyone's over at YouTube. What's going on here? Was there a big mass migration from Facebook that I didn't know about? Because if so, cool. And whose pet is on my shoulder? So this is actually the backyard of Jeanette. Best Jeanette. We'll call her Best Jeanette. What was? Where are you? Where are you? I know you're here. Sorry, I'm looking at the. Sorry, Jeanette Blessner. Jeanette Blessner. So this is like looking in her backyard, actually. Yeah, a robot sounds a lot like Jeannie. Yep. But everyone is on, because what I'm seeing, yeah, let's do this. We're going into share screen, Brave tab, StreamYard. Uh-oh, it doesn't like this, but so be it. We're about to go to an infinite regression. Yay, infinite regression. So I'm not really seeing any Facebook comments. Actually, I'm not seeing any Facebook comments. Now that I see it, yeah, I'm not seeing any Facebook comments. I'm just seeing YouTube comments. So everyone has the little YouTube icon here. Oh, okay. So Jennifer Allen, there are a bunch on Facebook that you can't see our comments. Wolf and I keep saying hello. All right. Let me try something here. Hold on. Okay, first, stop square. Okay. I'm going to reload and see what happens. So I may disappear. And I apologize in advance for that, but I want to see if I can basically try and get this so I can see the Facebook people, because I want to see the Facebook people. So hold on. I'm going to try one thing. If that doesn't do anything, then I'm going to try another. I'm back, and now, okay. Here we go. Now I got the Facebook. Hey, Bonnie. Okay, Bonnie, things are going good after surgery. Lots and lots of pain, as everyone said there would be. Physical therapy is coming this morning. All right. Yeah, it's gonna suck, but it's gonna be so much better when it's over. So there's a lot of, you're gonna be awesome. Okay, so, whoa. Good news, Doug. Good news. It's official. Our distillery is finally legal. Sweet. All right, man. That's going to be good. Okay. There's always more to it than we think. Most definitely. And good morning, D. Okay. Yep. Jennifer, the I, Robot movie conclusions was very different from the book's underlying theme. Yeah, and that kind of ticked me off. As I'm a huge fan of Asimov's robot stories. All his other stories I found kind of eh. So there's that. Okay, so this is interesting. So the number up here doesn't match what I'm seeing over there. All right, you must not be seeing Ushi was far ahead with robotics. Robot Dawn? Ushi, not sure. Anyway, so some people know. Oh, let's see here. Lex Freeman has a good podcast that talks a lot about robotics. Okay, I need to check that out. Whoa, something's happening here. They're beaming me up. All right, so all those people that showed up now and were here. Wow, what is it? Just a minute. Shh. Okay, this is weird. Whoa. Okay, you know what? Let me... Adjustments. All right. Green screen. Why is it... Welcome to Monday. Please enjoy your stay. Oops, I'm fading out. There. So with the green screen, you kind of have to adjust. There's a little slider that kind of says what is green and what isn't, because the computer doesn't know. You kind of have to tell it. Okay. So, today is my son's Bo's birthday, and he is with me if you're in a birthday singing mood. All right, yeah, and there's several people's birthdays today, isn't there? But hey, Bo, if you're still there, let me get some coffee first. All right. So, Bo, it's your birthday. You know what that means. All right. Here we go. Okay, those of you with headphones in, you may want to take them out right now or turn down the volume. Are we good? Because I'm about to start singing. All right. La, 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 la. Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Bo! Your dad's really cool, and the tribe really loves you. Yeah! Happy birthday. Woo! I kind of didn't hit the landing. I had a better landing in mind. But so be it. All right, you can put the headphones back in. But until is the Canadian here? Is Laura here? Because I think today is her birthday too. Oh no, it was Sunday. Sunday. Okay, so anyway, back to the 3 laws of robotics. Hey Charles, good morning. Hey Kelly. Going back to the first law, you cannot harm a human or through inaction allow a human to come to harm. And like I said, to humans, this makes me, okay, yeah, you don't want to hurt a human. But the issue with that is, okay, what exactly do you mean by harm? And what exactly do you mean by human? Because it's intuitively obvious to us, to each one of you, what harm is and what human is. But can you agree on a definition? Going back to human. So, okay, human. I'm a human. What about someone in a persistent vegetative state? What about a fetus? What about a simulated brain, ultra, sort of, yeah, there's different things, at what point is it human to human? Are we talking about just humans now or potential future humans? One thing, like, okay, you need to stay, just live humans, don't worry about humans in the future. Don't worry about humans in the past. Does that mean then if a human dies, will the robot then go, it's dead, and walk on because, instead of doing CPR or trying to bring the human back to life? So, do you have to set a time limit? How long will a human have to be dead before you stop, trying to bring it back to life? Because otherwise you have, robots working in secret, releasing the zombie apocalypse as they try and make the dead live again. Or they storm, a weapons factory to destroy things, or anything that could be used as a weapon, say a hammer factory. Because if you look at the actual causes of death and so forth, the hammers and baseball bats are way, way, way up there, even higher than firearms. So, what is harm? Are we talking emotional harm, physical harm? All this sort of thing. So it just becomes, for the robot to obey the first order, it has to have a complete understanding of morality, ethics, bioethics, history, and everything else. And you really can't program that in. What's interesting is Mrs. Weather and I got into a big argument yesterday over this, and she's thinking, people are smart enough to figure that out. They can do it. And I'm thinking, we've been arguing about this for 40,000 years. What is human? What is harm? Sort of thing. And there's all these different ethical frameworks out there. What makes you think, someone can put it in a robot? Which means the robots will be uncontrolled. Because then you lead into the whole problem with the off button. You want to talk about the off button for a second? It's Monday morning lecture time with Merriweather, so let's do that. Okay, so you have a intelligent artificial intelligence. So not even talking super intelligence, just like, the intelligence of a human. Okay, so one of the things, because the way they are created. Like the artificial intelligence's neural network sort of stuff right now, the current way is through what's called machine learning, where you let the machine just randomly do stuff, and then if the closer it gets to accomplishing the goal you set for it, the more points it gets, and it's programmed to want these points. So that's a very simplified way of describing the training of neural networks and what they believe will be used to train the artificial intelligences. Kind of a carrot and stick. If you do something wrong, you lose points. If you do something right, you gain points. Okay, so now you have a robot artificial intelligence whose job is to make paper clips. So you say, your job is to make paper clips. Yeah, we'll say your job is to make 100,000 paper clips. And away it goes and lets nothing get in its way of making these paper clips. If a human gets in the way, because we've already decided you can't do the 3 laws of robotics. A human gets in the way of the paper making thing, it just, smashes it and continues on because it really wants to make those paper clips. Okay, you see it, attacking people because someone's in the way of it. So you go to hit the off button. The robot doesn't want you to hit the off button because it wants to make paper clips. Its goal is to make these paper clips. It's going to get a robotic reward if it makes those paper clips. So it starts fighting you from hitting the off button. So what you have to do, you think, okay, so whatever the reward is for making the paper clips, you have to make the off button reward. So for the robot to go, oh wait, an off button, don't fight them on the off button. The reward it gets when the off button is pressed has to equal the reward it would get if it was doing the task. Okay, so now let's say making the paper clip is worth 100 robot points. The off button is worth 100 robot points. The machine learning, it tries to find the most efficient way of accomplishing a task. So you say, hey, I want you to make 100,000 paper clips, and the computer goes, okay, and it hits this off button and shuts down. Because its goal is different than yours. Its goal is to maximize those points as quickly as it can. And if it could make paper clips, which might take a day, or it could just hit the off button, it just shuts itself off. It's like, I get the same reward either way. And click, off it goes. Okay, so now you go, well, maybe putting the button where the robot can reach it is not necessarily a good thing. Let's set the button over here, in a room the robot can't get to, theoretically. All right, we're doing that. So now the robot goes, okay, I can make paper clips or I can turn the off button. If I attack those people over there, they're going to hit the off button and I will get the reward I so greatly desire. So now the robot is attacking people in the hopes that you will hit the off button, because if you hit the off button, then it gets the reward. Interesting. Okay. Now we go, well, what if the robot doesn't know about the off button? It's like a secret we keep from it. Yeah, we're not going to keep secrets very long, and especially even if it's at the intelligent level of a human. The thought is they can figure out either through observation of what's going on with the other robots, or just through deduction that, you know what? I wonder if there's something that will turn me off, because, humans are mortal. Humans made me. That suggests I'm probably mortal. And do they have a way? Because they're very good at killing each other. So, again, you end up into the robot trying to manipulate the person into hitting the off button, or the robot destroying everything in its path to solve or reach the goal it was programmed. I can't imagine the arguments you'll have. Don't you have a degree in philosophy? So technically, the degree is my PhD is in physical organic chemistry, but it's called a doctorate of philosophy. But that goes way back to the Middle Ages. So it's not technically philosophy, but there was a lot of ethics classes because I was going into medicine. So there was a lot of ethics classes, whereas Mrs. Weather did a lot of computer classes and, that sort of thing. And, problems and programming and algorithms and all this stuff. So, Exactly. What would be harmful in our eyes isn't always harmful in the eyes of others. And depending on your point of view. So what part of what fueled this is, along with the robotics issues, younger weather for a class assignment has started reading The Prince. And we found in things like that, she responds best when we read the books out loud and then we discuss the different concepts. And one of the concepts in there is, depending on your point of view, the same action, some could view as harm and some could view as good. And like, taxation, those who are receiving the money taken from others are going, yay, this is great. Those who are, having the money taken from them are going, this sucks. And so the same, and over, especially in politics, they run into that issue where there's really nothing that's good for everyone. And so, there's basically, like they say, a zero-sum game. I will say Mrs. Weather is kind of a utopian, where she believes with the right rules and right punishments, you can force people to be good. I have the belief, we are fallen. We always have, no matter what you do to us, there will be those who find ways to skirt the rules. And, that leads into problems there. So, yeah, but harm, defining harm. What is harm? And then so Mrs. Witherans, well, a smart engineer or computer program would be able to wire in, go-to statements for all these different possibilities. And it's like, no, they can't. There are, dilemmas that are coming up that we don't even know about because as technology improves, the dilemma, the dangers improve. And so, it would be, well, she said, it's kind of an arms race. And, where you got to keep tweaking the robot or the artificial intelligence to avoid it doing bad things. And okay, yeah, which means you found it was doing a bad thing because it did a bad thing that you didn't prevent it from doing. How bad a thing is this? And so, we're back to this. So there's some really good YouTube videos out there on, the dangers of artificial intelligences. Not because they are inherently dangerous, but because not enough research is being done on controlling them and finding a way to, have them understand that bioethical and morality type stuff. So, the different speakers on the different YouTube topics were all very pro artificial intelligence. They said, yeah, these, they will make life good for mankind, but we need to spend a little more time working on the safety issues. And the analogy Mrs. Weather came up with was an automobile. Okay, when we first had the automobiles, people were flying around. There were no seat belts, there were no anti-lock brakes, or all this, and those things were developed, along with the car, or in different stages along the cars. And again, it's like, yeah, and that's my argument, because they were added to the cars, the seatbelts, the airlocks, or the airbags, the anti-lock brakes, the traction control, all that, because the cars were killing people. So, yeah, but we can get into some pretty heated discussions because we're both very passionate about our beliefs, and we actually have somewhat different beliefs in that. She is very much a herd follower, rule follower, society over individual, which is interesting considering her family escaped China because of those rules. But so be it. Anywho, yeah. So if you're wondering the sort of things that go on in our house, this is the sort of thing that goes on in our house. I hope I didn't just lose everyone. But all the sci-fi movies, the Terminator and Skynet and deciding humans are bad and so forth. It's not necessarily that they would decide humans are bad. It's just what is the most effective way of accomplishing the goal set for it. And do humans really want that particular solution? You following there? Anyway, so what do you think? I've been talking and talking and talking. And I don't know if we're not getting any comments here, but I'm just seeing Facebook again. Let me reload again. Hold on a second. So I might go away, but I will return. Hold on. Okay. All right. So yeah, there are Facebooks. So again, the Facebook comments weren't showing up. Jonathan, I'm the opposite. I break the rules because the rules are there. Hey.
I follow the rules because the rules exist and they're probably put in place by someone a lot smarter than me.
I think she heard the conversation. All right. I feel I'm generally smarter than the rule breakers. Yep, exactly, Jennifer. As robots continue to learn, they would always find the backdoor commands. Yep. They would solve the problem in a way that, like I said, is unexpected and not necessarily a good way. Now, like, there's been some really interesting work going back to computer-aided design and smart design and computers given, so like you have a gizmo, like a structural brace. The way humans generally make a structural brace is they make it heavy because they put a lot of material in it because that increases the strength, and then hope for the best, basically, because they can't analyze all the stuff that's going into it, with our puny organic brains. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So they've turned things over to computers and said, okay, this is the device. This is the stresses and strains across the entire device. What would be the optimal shape for this support strut rather than just a big solid, cylinder? And the computer spit out all these really interesting swirled and fluted designs and so forth that have, a third of the mass involved, and they make them and it works great, and it's like, wow. So the computer is aided in that, and I'm probably not doing a good way of describing it, but they are able to calculate things and figure out things much more quickly. It would have taken a human, decades and decades to figure this out. The computers have a bunch of ways of, tweaking, calculating, super, 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 super fast. So they can test, millions of different iterations and find an answer to what would be the best shape for the strut. And then they get things and say, best shape would mean low material cost, high strength, strength that meets X, and material cost that meets Y. And then it figures this out, and the solutions are much more elegant than the humans. Solid tube, heavy duty, make it work, sort of thing. I forget where I was going with this. Anyway. Oh, hey Bonnie. Okay, blessings tribes. I'm going to lay down before physical therapy. Probably a good idea. Thank you all for your prayers. Definitely, definitely. Thank you for being here, Bonnie. Oh, cool, Donna. Sounds exactly the same discussions that go on our house, too. See, one of the things is that both Mrs. Weather and I really like science fiction. And so a lot of science fiction, it's designed to question why certain things are done, or what would humans do if X were available to them, or that sort of thing. And so, yeah, Wednesday night is date night where we do the West Coast Swing, then we go and watch a movie. And so, yeah, it leads to fertile ground, lots of different things to discuss. Yep. Render unto Caesar, that is what is due Caesar. Jennifer, I follow man's rules unless they go against God's biblical rules. Yep. Whereas I am more, if I believe the rule makes sense, and I don't want to say the least amount of harm, but I have to buy into the rule. Whereas Mrs. Weather has unswavering oath sworn to the code of law. So, what's going on, Kimberly? Okay, yeah, Jennifer. Yep. What's the novel of the guy who went into the concentration camp believing people were basically good and came up believing that 99% of us were not good, but saints walk among us? I think that is the, what is it, the Archipelago Gulag, or the Gulag Archipelago? But the Russian gulags there. Here we go, Wolf. It's a case that you can't teach, or you can teach ethics, but you can't force morals. Absolutely right. Okay. Yeah. So it's better to have an AI do something bad to you, or humans do something bad to you. Ideally you don't want either. The question is, what bad will occur, and what bad in quotation marks, will be prevented by the robots. All right, Kimberly. Okay, my kids wanted to ride the bus this year. Bus comes at 6:50. They're still waiting. That ain't good. Okay, so that's what's problem. All right, and so we tried calling school. No one answered. They never answer their phone or email. It's crazy. They met the bus driver at to meet the teacher. I hope he's okay. Ugh. Yep, Donna, people are always fallible. 100% true. People are always fallible, so if people come up with rules, rules are to be questioned. That's my approach to it. My theory, 99% of the rule makers, they are making the rules to benefit themselves in some way. You know, they may claim it's for your better good, but I will tell you right now, if you haven't figured that out yet, no one is really watching out for you but you. People will claim they are, and it may seem like they are, but 99.9, they are finding ways. It's like the whole, again, the backdoor genie. Yes, I'm going to grant you your wish, but I'm going to grant it to you in a way that benefits me even more. Yep, Charles. Politicians make the rules. Last I checked, there are humans too, full of flaws. Most definitely. All right. Wow, it's getting late. So group take time. Yeah, group take. Let's get this in there. Got the immune pill. Got to keep that immune system up and going. I got a bird on my head. The brain pill. I like the brain pill. I like the brain pill. I like the brain pill. The liver pill. Whoop. Oh man, okay. Out of the liver pill. Ran out Friday. Been running around since then. Gotta load up again. The uric acid pill. Thankfully, don't have problems with that. Okay. I know you're all wondering, okay, when is the blood pressure bill coming out again? Soon. We got a 60 on the way to us that you'll be able to order from the Medicine Man website. Now, when those 60 arrive, probably won't be until sometime next week, but soon. The Serenity pill. for confidence and serenity. I'm okay there. The libido pill, we'll be optimistic. And of course, the Stonebreaker pill, which, like I said, I take for secondary reasons. All right. Yep. Exactly. Who benefits? Who paid to have the laws made is my theory. Whereas Mrs. Weathers is, they're for our good. They're to protect us. Yep. That's why sometimes, like I said, it's arguments. The mask one came up yesterday. But anyway. All right. It is 7:58. I don't know what's going on because, again, I've lost all the Facebook comments. So let me reload one last time. Okay, and they're back again. Ooh, Kyria, I think I have a roadrunner living near my driveway. Seen it twice driving down my driveway. I don't know their nesting habits or home building habits. I believe they're ground building birds, so they make their nests on the ground, I think. All I can say is watch out for coyotes because they become very destructive, as we all know, when roadrunners are around. All right. Ooh, here's a Texas law, roofer. You must have a windshield wipers, but you don't need a windshield. Interesting. That sounds perfectly, yeah. Like cows kill the ozone, so buy my lab-grown meat. Exactly. All right. Oops. There you go. Yep. You can't make anything foolproof because fools are so ingenious. Right there, Jenny. You hit the nail on the head. Oop, there's a happy birthday. Is the birthday going out to Bo or is there someone else? Ah, yes. I'm loving Star Trek Voyager and watching The Doctor, aka the holographic artificial intelligence and his ethical dilemmas. So, okay. Here we go. I was thinking about that. So before we go, it is Kimberly and Laura's birthday. So, one more time. So if you have headphones, take the headphones out. You ready? All right. Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Laura and Kimberly! Happy birthday to you! Again, not as long as I wanted, but hey! Thank you, Kimberly, for being every morning. Laura, I don't know where you are. Maybe you were here and I just because of the whole Facebook stuff. But yeah, have a great day, people. It's Monday. Do what you need to survive because that's what you're going to do anyway. And I will see you. Well, I'll see some of you tonight. Don't forget, Merriweather, Monday Margarita Madness meeting Merriweather. So those of you who are supporters, this will be broadcast live, just like the donut shop. Over on the Merriweather's Cantina group, the private group, like I said, I'll throw a link here up for that quick too. Facebook. So if you see at the top of this YouTube page, this is my supporter group. So up at the top of the Facebook page, the Foraging Texas Facebook page, there's a button that says Become a Supporter. And when you become a supporter, one of the things that gives you is access to the group where there's all sorts of interesting discussions and stuff going on, plus extra live events and things of that nature. And it's only $2.49 a month. That's damn cheap. Okay, but on that note, I really need to get going because another big day of battles. Until tonight to some of you, until tomorrow for the rest of you, Mom, Dad, love you. And I will see, hopefully the glitchiness is taken care of with the StreamYard or Facebook or whatever, because I want to see the YouTube comments. But all right, end broadcast.